Away down under the equator at Bondi Beach, one of the popular playgrounds of Australia, where human beings specialize in the healthier and simpler pleasures of life, a colorful and unique parade is in progress, and it is known as the Parade of the Lifeguards. Life-saving brigades from all parts of Australia take part in this famous parade, and each brigade features its own style of bathing suit. During the surf bathing season, which usually extends from October to April, the beaches are patrolled by members of these brigades who offer their services free of charge. A strict watch is kept on the bathers, and grave danger is often faced in effecting the rescue of persons in difficulty. At club carnivals, members compete in life-saving events, which are more or less dramatized for the entertainment of the vast audiences that witness them. The technique attained by the Surf Life-Saving Association of Australia has been recognized throughout the world, and its motto, Vigilance and Service, fully expresses its purpose to watch over and safeguard from danger the bathers who use Australian beaches. And now we leave Bondi Beach and start out on a long drive, which takes us through the flower-laden suburbs of Sydney, the capital city of New South Wales, and through well-kept parks, abounding in subtropical foliage, arranged so as to show off unique combinations of colorful flowers and trees. After a few hours' drive through an ever-changing panorama of glorious scenery, we arrive in the region that is known as the Blue Hills, one of the scenic highlights of Australia. This region is noted for the characteristically blue haze which hangs in the valleys at all seasons of the year. It also illustrates something of the vast, uninhabited areas of Australia, a country whose size is seldom appreciated by the world at large. To those of us who used to think of Australia as a little South Sea island, down under the equator, inhabited largely by primitive bushmen, let it be known that Australia is about the size of the United States in land area, although its population hardly exceeds that of New York City, and almost 98% of this population is of British origin. The Australians are an outdoor-loving people, justifiably proud of the many outdoor attractions with which Mother Nature has so generously endowed their country. A story is told about an Australian hunter who picked up a brilliantly colored stone while tracking a wounded kangaroo, and upon investigation found that the stone contained streaks of iridescent opal. As a consequence, opal mining started in Australia, and today it is said that the finest opals in the world are the product of that country, and here are a few examples to prove it. From the state of New South Wales, we now journey to the state of Victoria, and the most delightful part of this trip is taken upon the Spirit of Progress, Australia's new streamlined train, which is the last word in speed and comfort. We arrive at Melbourne, capital of Victoria and second largest city in Australia, with a population of over 1 million inhabitants. The city proper is said to be exactly 1 square mile in proportion, and it is often referred to as the Square Mile City. Here again we are reminded of modern progress and activity, which is a great credit to that branch of the white race that has so commendably established itself down under the equator, over 9,000 miles from its mother country. But geographical isolation has in no way curtailed the modern spirit of Melbourne, In fact, it seems to have helped it, as we find here a general tendency on the part of the people to be ultra-modern in their viewpoints. Civic pride is part of their religion, and all departments of civic service vie with each other in the performance of their respective duties. The fire department band reminds us that Melbourne's firefighting brigades are world famous, statistics proving that they were the first to use motorized power in fighting fire. The mounted police also share equal honors in the performance of their duties, although Melbourne enjoys the unique distinction of having less crime in proportion to its population than any other city in the world. And it is here that we meet the Honorable Mr. Joseph Lyons, Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Australia and one of the leading statesmen of the British Empire. The story of Mr. Lyons' career is the story of Australia. Born in modest circumstances, self-educated and self-made, Mr. Lyons has served his country well in all offices of distinction. He is a true exponent of wholesome and simple family life, being the father of 12 children. And speaking of family life, Home Sweet Home should be the theme song for Australia. For nowhere in our extensive traveling have we found a country wherein home and family seem to contribute so much to the success and happiness of a people as they do in this white man's paradise. In fact, it was a tonic to us to bask again in the freedom and beauty of simple living, so far away from the strife and confusion of countries that have not yet learned how to live in harmony with nature or in peace with each other. Of all the beautiful gardens in Melbourne, there is one in particular which bears unusual distinction, for it has been officially dedicated to the pioneer women of Victoria, the thought of which has inspired us with a song which we respectfully dedicate to this garden as well as to the young ladies of Melbourne.
This that's modern and this old-fashioned garden combined are too divine to be true. They are the theme of the loveliness you dream of, the future that you scheme of for you. She's just a little old-fashioned and yet enough modern, a beautiful bloom in a lovely garden. I'd like the power to paint this modern flower in this old-fashioned garden